Oh, yeah.
Hi. Boss, can you stop the recording, please? Three minutes I have.
Mm. Nice one.
Hi, Isaac. I had a funny dream tonight of you. You were in my home and you took many curtains down because they somehow they belonged to you, or you borrowed me them. I don't know what.
Letting the light in.
It was really funny and enjoyable, but then the you know, the alarm went. And I would like to have some support, or looking at, and I know I looked at this already many times, but it comes up again and again. And this is Benjamin. No, he doesn't go to school, and he wants to, but he doesn't succeed in getting up, and he doesn't sleep and has stomach ache, or I don't know what, or he has just nothing. And on one level, for me, it's okay. So, but I see him in struggling. He wants to, but somehow life says it doesn't work. And so, and I feel so trapped in this. I want to support him by just making breakfast for him, and and being there for him. And it's somehow it's frustrating if it doesn't come out like I want to, or I don't know. It's always again this a little hope on the horizon, and then poof. And somehow there is a knowing. I would love that he just finds his way.
How old is he now?
He's 16, and within a month we will be 17.
Okay.
Yeah, I also wanted to start again this, these pills where you take that you can concentrate, which are very much addictive and destroys a lot of things in the body.
He wants to take it, or
He's thinking about, he already tried it when he had exams for 2 years ago, but now he thinks about it, but he doesn't want somehow just to fit in some. So because I know if he takes them, he's really, yeah. He doesn't feel anything, he can't eat, all this, what comes with it.
just very gently noticing whatever's going on in you. What does it do? How does it relate? How does it affect him?
How does it affect him?
Yes. Without right or wrong, without good or bad, just to see.
I think it puts pressure on him.
Yeah, okay, good. So you can see that, yeah. And it's not really
It's not helpful.
well-intentioned. It's not helpful.
I see.
It's well-intentioned, but it's not helpful. Yeah. So then the question is that whatever that push is, it's not wrong, it's not bad, just gently sitting here, honoring that push without being hard on yourself for it, and just present to that push now, holding it gently. Giving it space, yeah. To me, and you can see if it resonates with your unknowing, it's like that push is coming from trying to get away from something, a feeling of discomfort in your own system.
Yeah, very much. I see that.
Yeah, cool. So then let's leave the push for now and let's just come to this discomfort. And also just being gentle with the discomfort. We don't know where it comes from. We just present to it. It's okay, there's discomfort. And it shows up in a way that you consciously can see as not pleasant in you, and also not pleasant for Benjamin.
Yeah.
So you can see all that, but you're just looking at what's driving it, the discomfort. Yeah?
Yeah, it feels like a big helplessness, or not knowing.
No.
Yeah.
And so just resting in that for a few moments, without gently, nothing to solve, nothing to fix. Just, you've named it. You see what it, just coming into the direct somatic sense of it in your body, how it sits.
Yeah.
So somewhere there must be an idea that you should know what to do, or you should know how to help, or something, so there's a way that puts pressure, and otherwise it's just there's Benjamin, there's love, and somehow, knowing that at some point you'll, either passion will come in him that he's direction, or you're just trusting that, giving him space in this phase is what feels, and then trusting that if, like from that, whatever movement comes isn't then coming from trying to get away from discomfort, but it's coming as love, you could say.
Yeah.
And just making a discernment where it's coming from discomfort and where it's coming from.
Yeah.
Every being has different rates of maturing, different rates when they start walking, when they start talking,
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is his journey, so to speak. And it's beautiful because it's bringing up, when something gets touched, and it's an opportunity to look at it.
Yeah. Yeah, this feeling of discomfort drives also this, somehow I'm responsible for all what he does or doesn't do.
I just see that there's an orientation in our culture that's very doing driven. You know, it's like, and I've spoken about it before. There's a school where they let the kids just come to a place and they don't have to do anything. And they just, when they get an interest, then they support it in that interest. And they trust that at some point an interest will come for every person. And they have fantastic results in that school.
Yeah.
The kids are learning, you know, through that whole process.
Yeah, theoretically, the Montessori school is also meant to be like that, but it's also included somehow in the system of the government, and so they have to
Yeah.
bring
They have to
results.
abide by that.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's
But
interesting.
just also in the German culture, you know, there's a lot of
Yeah.
ideas around productivity and
Yes. And never rest.
kind of stuff. Yeah. And, you know, who knows what's incubating in him? Yeah. So. And to, you know, like, we're all sensitive if someone is projecting that there's something wrong with us.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's, you know, it's just like,
Yeah, he's very sensitive in that, in any direction, what people around him are, how they are wired.
a funny little story from my life, you know, when I was studying to be a doctor, and I dropped out and became a hippie instead. So my parents, you know, from my son the doctor to my son the hippie, it was not an easy transition. So they were really freaking out. They were struggling with it, you know. So at one point, one of my father's brothers came to where I was living in this hippie house, and he said, "Listen, you know, your folks are really freaking out." And I said, "Yeah, I know. I don't know what I can do to assist them." And he said, "Would you be willing to go and see a psychiatrist?"
You're willing
And I
to?
said, "Go and see a psychiatrist. Would I
Ah.
be willing
Ah,
to go
okay.
and see a
Yeah.
psychiatrist?" Yeah, I said, "Look, I'd be, if that give them some comfort to know that, you know, I'm okay. I'd be happy to do that, just to give them some peace." So he organized an appointment, and I went in to see this guy, and this guy said to me, "Why are you here?" I said, "My parents are freaking out, and I want you to let them know that I'm okay." He said, "No, what's the real reason you're here?" I said, "That's the real reason I'm here. I would never wanted to come here." And then he said, started going on about how, like, I dropped out of medical school. Do I think that was normal? I said, "Look, I'm not interested in normal. I'm not interested in being normal. I'm just, you know, like, I'm being true, more interested in what's true for me." And anyway, the psychiatrist was getting very upset with me because I didn't go into the idea that there was anything wrong with me. Anyway, at the end of the session, my uncle said to me, "Boy, that guy needs a psychiatrist. I'll tell your parents that you're fine. You don't have to worry about that guy." But that guy never left me alone. He sent his assistants to come tell me that I urgently needed help and I should come see him. Jeez. But anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, and on one hand, he knows he is so clear about what's right for him, or what he doesn't want, or so there's no space for compromise. So not in a hard way, but very loving. But he's not.
Yeah.
He can't be
So,
compromised.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah.
So then, it's just an opportunity for you to see where worry comes in, an idea of normal, an idea of, all that stuff.
Yeah.
He's definitely not normal. Normal
No.
is, normal is, most people suffer. That's normal.
Yeah.
Most people are stressed all the time. That's normal. It's
Yeah.
not natural. But there's this idea of normal, and you're 17, you should be whatever it is.
Yeah. Yeah, and his interest is really to go beyond the ego. His ways are not mine, but sorry. Yeah, but yeah, that was his interest. Is
Yeah. Cool.
switched it off.
How's it feel now?
A little bit excited because of the noise. Yeah, it went more. The energy is now more in the heart. And I think it's really. I hope. No, not that. I don't hope. I want to try this opportunity to meet him from there.
Beautiful, 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 beautiful. So there's an interest now.
Yeah, because I noticed it's all life, all his life, something was wrong. So with his health, or with how he behaved, or this was always a very strong focus on him. This way.
Yes. It's beautiful that you can see that.
Yeah.
Without right or wrong. Wow. Okay. Who knows where that came from in your lineage, and some of that's coming to peace now in this interaction with Benjamin.
Yeah. And I hope I can, if it's really, because I'm struggling with, I can come back to you again.
With pleasure, anytime.
Yeah.
Of course.
Thank you, Isaac.
Yeah. And just watch that, even that projection, that struggle is going to happen again. Whatever you've seen, you've seen.
Yeah.
And if another opportunity comes, then great.
Yeah.
But to project that,
in the future,
you might struggle again. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you've seen something.
Yes.
And you know what your interest is.
Yeah, I know. Thank you for this opportunity.
Danke.
Hello. Hello, Isaac.
Danke.
Yeah, something strong goes on again in the solar plexus, and I wonder what is going on. Hopefully not wanting to know what is going on, but you know, from yesterday, there was so much just being myself or just feeling so free. And I was very happy that we come together today in this meeting. But when we started, it felt like something closes up, you know, in the solar plexus. And it feels, I just say the word, something like fear of contact or fear of something like this. And a protection not to meet or, yeah. Yeah.
And you're naming it so accurately and sweetly. Yeah.
Thank you, Isaac, because I know when I was just feeling it yesterday, just seeing the energy, something like warm, you know, like, and I'm really interested to slowing down and just meet what happens actually when, yeah, I feel I come for many years now, and there is a trust in all what happens here. But there is also a strong mistrusting going on in the system somehow too. When yeah, something like this. Yeah.
No, I mean, just all of us have different backgrounds, different levels of trauma and dysfunction that happened in our lineage. And when it's been intense and there was never a feeling of safety or never a feeling of connection, you could say, there's a yearning. But the yearning is dangerous because, you know, it's so like what happens is we rest and we start to get a very sweet flow happening. And then the system goes, uh-oh. So
Oh, now your picture is frozen for me. One moment.
it's learning. There's no doubt in my mind. And when I feel how your system is meeting me, not you, but your system, I can feel it's learning.
Again, it can.
It's learning. It's learning.
It's learning. Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just, in my view, it's part of the learning process, and you're seeing it and you're naming it. And it's, yeah. It's how the nervous system learns. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think what is also important that I can see it, you know, before it's often that you just cover it. I do the system covered it with
Exactly.
strange behavior or and it feels not very nice afterwards. And just to say, okay, this is how it is. Here is the rightness of the system or not right, something like this, you know, and being okay with this. Yes. Yeah.
In your sense, how do you sense how these systems meet each other?
Right now it feels trustful and sweet. Yeah.
Sweet, yeah. for me
Yeah,
too.
trustful. I mean, for my for my what I sense trustful. Yeah, 10%, something like this. Mm, I don't know. Yeah. Thank you, Isaac.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Esther. Really, was that a wave or was? Ah, okay. I just could see your fingers. Couldn't see your arm. So, just like.
Ah, yeah. So I have to bring it more high. Okay.
Yeah. Well, no, I saw it. It worked. So you don't have to do anything.
Yeah. Isaac, I would like to deepen this roundness and that I felt last time. So I would like to sit with you for a moment. It feels very
So
good.
the best is if to not have any agenda.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I recognize some difference in my energetic system, and this feels very nice. And
Yeah.
I have the
I
agenda.
understand.
I can lose it again, or
Yeah.
it will go again,
Yeah.
and
And
so
that'll
on.
definitely, that for sure will make trouble.
Yeah. Okay.
Just good to know this. Yeah, the mind tricks us, just like comes with a good intention. We're busy with what the mind tells us will make us happy. We miss just, yeah.
Yeah, it's always the same. The mind makes trouble. And there are all these imaginations. Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. Thank you, Isaac.
Oh, 3 hands up. Corona. 4 hands up. So let's start with Corona.
Hello, Isaac.
Hi, Corona.
Right. Something got touched, and it feels like it has to do with taking space. And it feels like a young organization. A lot of thoughts around it coming up and moving energy and
And all of this is happening in space already, right?
yes. But I can feel there is, it's easy to identify with that because it's a familiar stuff.
Yeah, I get it. And just to recognize, even the identification appears in space, all of it is appearing in space. That space is ever present. Just that knowing. Not to trouble yourself if identification happens. If you notice identification has happened, you just recognize it's in the moment of recognizing it, you recognize it's appearing in space, in awareness. It's not trying to stop anything happening. It's not trying to change the discomfort. It's not trying to do anything. It's just recognizing all of it is already appearing in this awareness. Yeah? Identifying isn't anything you do. It's just automatic unconscious habits that happen. So you're off the hook. Wherever there's internal pressure to be any particular way, there's awareness of it. You don't have to change it. You don't have to fix it. It's an old program. Just exploring like this. No special way to be. Just what are you noticing right here, right now?
Phew.
Tracking, just tracking gently.
Like,
I'm feeling,
sorry.
I'm feeling a lot of tingling in my hands and feet. So I don't know if you.
Yeah, it's like the energetic system of that, all that yeah, what has to do with that taking space as a kid already, and that's like yeah, getting more space, and I feel love at the same time and happiness.
There's just a lot of releasing happening without doing anything, just through seeing. What are you sensing now?
Thank you, Isaac.
Hi, Isaac.
I do.
There's so much recognition this morning in everyone that speaks. It resonates in me. Yeah. And in this moment, I feel the longing to connect with you. And at the same time, the fear that it will not happen or that the system withdraws or can't meet in the way it would like.
You can see that those are simply thoughts. Huh?
Yeah.
There's something that's, to even speak of connection or disconnection, those are just perceptions. They have nothing to do with reality at all.
Yeah.
And then projecting it into the future, it's just the endless ripples and movements of thought.
Yeah, and I also see on top that there's always something that had to do it right. Otherwise, and then it's the big one, it will lose safety and it will be punished, or that's really the old program behind it. Yeah.
describe. Yeah.
Yeah. It's more and more in and relaxed and in connection. Yeah. And enjoying. And by the way, I'm positive again. So now it's the Omicron. I have, yeah, the next booster I get. Very mild symptoms. I have just a bit of dry cough and a little bit of throat ache, but not so much. No fever. But yeah.
It's so amazing, you know, like at this point on the planet, there are millions of people.
Yeah.
Like in the convoy in Canada, in Canberra here, all just saying enough with this story.
Yeah.
Or this mild thing that's going around, that even the worst projections is less than 1% that it could, and yet for that there's been complete tyranny. People are losing their all this. They just saying enough. Doesn't matter whether you believe in the vaccine, if you believe that there's a virus. What's going on is much bigger than that, and it's enough.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I'm just
even when this virus is there, why not letting it do its thing? Because it's really
this whole,
way much more milder than the other. What I experience of it. Yeah. That's what I experience. Yeah.
So there be peace and love amongst all beings of the
oh
universe.
man, that's all we all need, and we are all longing for in the deepest of all who we are. Yeah. Thank you, Isaac.
Thanks. Sonia.
Hello, Isaac.
Hi, Sonia.
I'm so grateful that you are here today. Also, yes, because I had a very hard night, and
at this moment, you look at this moment when I feel you. It's lovely.
Yes, it changed so much. The whole energy, and this is what where a question comes, because it's so easily for me sometimes that I really got activated. I don't know even if it's activated. There's so much energy, and I don't know, it's maybe only a thought. I have the feeling or the thought that it always reacts to what is there. I don't know if you know what I mean. When you are there, then this energy, which is so, it becomes, and yesterday I had I had to go to see a doctor, and there I was just freaking out because I was so angry with them because I had to wait, or I don't know, or they were not friendly to me. Something happened, I don't know. And I again freaked out completely. And yes, and there came so much frustration how my nervous system is working because of this, you know what I said, this energy, I don't know, I have no control, or I don't I don't know how to explain, but it
I get
worries
it.
me.
I get
Yeah.
it. Yeah. So, you know, to me, it just seems like whenever we notice our nervous system responding in a certain way, the usual habit is to blame outward on the circumstance or
Yes.
whatever's going on, or blame inward on ourselves.
Yeah.
Something's wrong with me. So when we can find a way to not, we notice, okay, it wants to blame outward, it wants to blame inward, it wants to blame myself. But somewhere there's just noticing that the system is doing that dance.
Mm. Yeah.
And just, yeah, not getting involved in it, it's nobody's fault. It's not, you know, because the moment we think we know why it is, then, you know, from the mind's perspective, we have to get everything to be different. We either have to get the world to be different, or we have to get ourselves to be different. And that's impossible.
Yeah. Yeah, it's only because it often happens that then it's like an overreaction to a small thing, and I get very angry and say things to people, and of course then they are pissed off with me, or yeah, and this is maybe it's also a learning process, I guess, but yeah.
It is, for sure it is, sure it is. You know? And just like you're talking about the past, and you can see there's an interest in the way you're speaking, that somehow just being in life in a more easy way.
Yeah.
You know, what allows that easiness, you know? So, I mean, from my side, you know, lately I've been seeing a lot of doctors. I know that I'm going to be waiting.
Yeah.
And I take a Sudoku book, or I take something to play, you know, and I enjoy it. That's just, you know, when they're ready to see me, they see me. I'm not thinking they should be different. I'm not, you know, it's just like trying to tell that should be different than us. But it's just, when I just know it is like that, and okay, either I sit quietly, or I take something to entertain myself. Grateful that my system is just at ease and in it all. Not that nothing ever touches, but if it touches, I'm just working down with it. Okay, so touch happens, no big deal.
Yeah, that's but for me it's always, I have such a big agenda, then because afterwards I have to do this, and then I have to get the train, and then I have to do this, and it all seems to be.
Just look as you look. Yeah, so look at that way of functioning. It's stressful.
Yeah.
And it doesn't change how it functions. It doesn't help.
No, it doesn't help. That's true, really.
It doesn't help, and it just makes life uncomfortable. Yeah. It's easy to understand why it does it, but it doesn't work.
No.
Yeah, I'm just really interested in meeting the moment as the beloved. It doesn't matter how much the habit is to put pressure. Not interested. Doesn't matter if people are rude, doesn't matter. None of it matters. It's not my concern. I'm only interested in simple.
Thank you so much, Isaac.
Yeah, thanks. Samuel.
Could you speak, Isaac?
Sure. Speaking away. Okay. But,
Yeah. Thank you.
Russ, thank you very much for hosting. Thank you all for exploring so sweetly. Love, peace, beauty.